Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have C Goody 17 versus 2024 YCS champion, aka Trif Gaming, and this time we are going to have a $40 Iron Man 2v2. Also, make sure to go ahead and check out the Coliseum, link down below in the description, and also make sure to check out Trif Gaming's YouTube channel, link down below, and then hopping right in, we will go ahead and we will see Trif win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and then they will decide to go first. 40 versus 40, gotta love to see it. Opening hands, we have Bonfire, Ice, Ash Blossom, Nib, Veiler. I mean, that's pretty solid. Like, if this was Engraver, like, that would be, like, really broken. But even still, this is still really good. Then they have Ice, Thrust, Droll, Talons, and then Kusanagi. So, they will go main phase, normal Ice. Ice effect goes special. And they said, okay, go ahead, bring out Swords. Sword effect goes Search. Grab out the X Ryzeal from the decks of the hand. Overlay, make King of the Pharaoh Limbs. Then on that summon, activate Veiler. Now we're going to go Talents, look at hand. Then we're going to rip the Ash Blossom back into the deck. Okay, and then special summon out X by dumping the detonator. And then effect, go ahead, search out node. King of the Pharaoh Limbs effect. Sure, I guess just because they can. And then go ahead and make Twin of the Eclipse. Special summon out node. And then they have node effect to send the Kusanagi. Special summon back out sword. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you don't do anything here, right? Because, like, they'll get twin effect. Or I guess, like, if you don't, then they could just twin summon back out the detonator. Yeah, that's kind of tough. I guess it kind of feels like you want to here, but maybe I'm just saying that because I can see Thrust. Yeah, you probably do. You probably do, or that you just get punished by Thrust. Yeah, then they're going to get Twins of the Eclipse effect. Well, it could be like Thrust, it could be like Ritual Spell. You could get punished by either of those. And now they're going to go King of the Pharaoh Limbs, Detach, go Search, and then grab out the Omno. Activate Thrust, grab out Natter's Servant, and then activate Natter's Servant, dump Garua, like, just hard draw Natter's Servant also just gets you there too. Just dump Garua, go ahead, grab out Maximus, and then Garua effect, draw Talons, summon Maximus by banishing, and then Maximus, dump Blossom and Herald. And then they send Desiree, Xeton Knight, and then now they go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, and then Chainlink 3, Desiree, shuffle back, go ahead, out Maximus, and then they grab out Ritual Spell, and then draw into a Saji, and then put back Saji, Ritual Spell, go ahead and summon out the Omno from the hand by dumping Saji, and then Omno 1, Saji 2, grab out Prayers, and then wipe their board, activate Prayers, pay 800 tribute, go ahead, search, and then special summon back out the Kusanagi, and then Omno Chainlink 1, Kusanagi Chainlink 2, grab back Prayers, go ahead, search out the trap, and then special summon out Omno. So these cards are so good, feels unlosable once they start. Yeah, once these cards like combo off, like, it definitely feels like the best deck, but you have to get to that point. And there's obviously times where, you just have, like, blanks in your hand because you're playing these cards. So it's, like, it's a little weird. It's like playing Fire King Snake Eye versus Pierce Snake Eye. Like, Pierce Snake Eye, you just always had good cards in your hand. And Fire King Snake Eye, like, you had some bad cards, but you had more power. Now pass, draw on the sword. And then go main phase, activate Bonfire, grab out the X Ryzeal from the decks of the hand. And then drop, draw, and Lockbird. Normal summon out Ice. Ice effect goes Search, which I'm not too sure why we start with Bonfire. Like, are we just trying to, like, bait Ash Blossom or something? I don't know. I feel like people don't actually be ashing Bonfire, especially not in this position, right? Like, they would just ash the Ice that you normal summon. And then they would trap the next card, and then they would Omno the last card, and then they just win. Like, that's probably what they would think from their perspective. And then they also have Prayer to board wipe also. But now, yeah, they go activate Omno effect in response to Ice, make them pitch the X Ryzeal. Then they're going to special summon out Node, overlay into Xeton Knight effect, and then they go Trap to negate. And then on to the next game. We'll go ahead and see Fiendsmith Ryzeal go first. We have Cross Out, Lurie, Ice, Ryzeal Cross, and Imperm. They have Droll, Omno, X Ryzeal, Ice Ryzeal, and Natter's Servant. So normal summon out ice, ice effect, bring out X effect goes search, grab out sword Ryzeal, and then drop Droll and Lockbird, and then we cross out Droll and Lockbird. Okay, so we actually play the Droll. Yeah, Droll's like interesting in post-Suda format because it is really good against like the new decks, and it's like okay against some of the current decks. But I don't know, the card's a little bit interesting. If I was Iron Manning versus Trif, then sure, right? You know, I'd have 3 Droll in the deck for sure because everyone knows he plays this deck. Go Exceton Knight and then Requiem, but that's also not like the best testing ever to like customize your list. But if you want to make money, that's a higher likelihood to do it. Lacrima, go ahead, dump the Engraver, and then activate Requiem effect to equip, Engraver effect, shuffle back, special summon out, and then we will go into the Necro-Equip Princess, and then overlay. They're bluffing here. Okay, yeah, they don't have anything. Overlay, make DDD, and then special summon out Swords. Sword effect goes search, grab out X Ryzeal, and then special summon out X Ryzeal by dumping Twins of the Eclipse. Activate Ryzeal Cross, and then overlay, summon Duo, and then Duo effect to attach, and then Duo effect to detach and go search. Grab out the Node Ryzeal, grab out the Ice Ryzeal, and then we have Node Ryzeal that can summon itself out, but I guess, yeah, we just cross draw first. Yeah, that makes sense, Go ahead, put back both X, and then draw into a called by, and then special node effect. We need to send Duo Drive so that way the Twins of the Eclipse is alive. Like, sure, we lose one more monster negate off cross. Like, we lose one more material off detonator for a pop because of the cross negate, but that's fine. Like, it probably won't matter. Summon detonator effect to attach, set imperm, set called by, and then pass to draw Droll. So go main phase, dump Mirror Logic, special out X, and then now they will go Chain Link 1 Mirror Logic, Chain Link 2 X, and then aggregator target is Caesar. And then we will go ahead and chain detonator onto X, and then any response, and then we're going to go called by onto the aggregator, and then field spell negate the X. Okay, so really just trying to shut them down as early as possible. And also if they don't have like something like Sword, it can be a lot harder to push through a card like DDD. And then new chain, since we already played in the Talons, we'll go Lacrima and the Requiem before they can Talons take DDD to prevent us from doing this. And then Requiem and the Lacrima effect, go dump the trap card. And then Nadir's Servant, go dump Garua, and then grab out Maximus, and then activate Garua effect to draw. So draw talent, so I can draw 2 more. Nope, and they drew a blank. So on to the next game. We'll go ahead and we'll see Trif Gavin go first. Opening hands, we have Valor, Perulia, Track, Talents, Fualos. They have Maximus, Talents, Ice Ryzeal, D-Barrier, and Omnos. So right away, we're going to be dropping Perulia, of course. And then they go normal Ice, draw Valor, and then on that effect, chain Fualos. And then they go ahead and summon out the Sword from deck. We draw into Ice Ryzeal, and then Sword effect goes search, grab out X Ryzeal, overlay, to summon out Abyss Dweller. They draw Sword, Talents look at hand, and then they said, think on what to rip. We'll go ahead and out the Ice Ryzeal there. Then set D-Barrier, because I'm thinking like, what they're thinking in their head is Dweller beats Tracked, D-Barrier stops Sword, and then they don't do anything. So that's why they decided to rip Ice. So now they're going to go ahead and activate the Dweller effect. And then now they said thinking here, normal summon Sword, Sword effect, grab out X Ryzeal, and then dump Twin of the Eclipse, special summon out X Ryzeal effect, go ahead search out Node Ryzeal from the decks of the hand, activate D-Barrier, calling XYZ, and then what do we plan on doing here exactly? Right? I guess it's just like nothing. Activate Engraver effect. Discard, go ahead, search out Fiendsmith in Paradise Tract, add, discard Fiendsmith in Paradise, just to go ahead and get that into the graveyard. This will attempt to force Dweller effect on this turn, like on Trif's turn, so that way they can stop this, which means we won't be under Dweller for our next turn. So they draw a node, and then special summon out X by dumping the detonator, and then X effect goes search. They said sec. Sorry, is it cool if I think? Oh, they might not even have a target for X. They said, okay, sure, you can think. So they go activate Dweller effect and then any response. And then, no, there won't be... Well, I guess they are in main phase, so they could Valor this now if they wanted to. Probably should have done it in draw phase. Yeah, probably could have... Probably should have stopped that so a trap would be live. Trap's broken. Summon X by dumping Detonator. No effect to search because they already went through Sword and Node. And now they overlay into Twin of the Eclipse. And then special summon out Node. Twin of the Eclipse effect to be able to attack twice on monsters. And then they said, wait, think on detach. I mean, you're not going to Valor. You're not going to Valor Twin of the Eclipse. That sounds like a horrible Valor. Like, you just take... You know what I mean? Like, they just beat over your body, sure. Otherwise, they are just, like, still out in your bodies. I guess you have Valor, so you could double Valor them. Nah, you don't want to do that. Now they're going to go Node effect, send special summon back out X'd, and then we Valor that, and now they have Twin of the Eclipse effect to special summon out the Dweller again. So, once again, going to be Dwellering them. And then, now they have Maximus that they're thinking about summoning. Because I'm assuming X doesn't have a legal target in deck. Tell me later, it might be. So draw Nib, and then they drop Dweller effect. Okay. I guess trying to play around Nib there. But now we'll go activate Engraver, discard. That doesn't search Lacrima. Because they want X, Twin, Dweller, Node. Yeah, it was only 4. Okay. It's a misclick, not trying to grab out Lacrima. Grab out Fiendsmith Tract. Then activate Track, go ahead, search for Lacrima, and then discard Nib, and then normal summon Lacrima. Lacrima effect, go dump. They said, my bad, no send. Okay, so they side down on Engraver going second. Or maybe they just didn't mean to activate the effect. Then they go special summon out Node, because they have Twin of the Eclipse in the graveyard. Overlay those into a duo drive. And then activate Duo Drive effect to attach, Duo Drive effect to detach and go search. Grab out the X Ryzeal and the Sword Ryzeal. So if this was their exact play, right? Couldn't they have went, I guess it's not that much better, but tracked in the Lurie, summon Lurie, Requiem in the Lacrima. And then that now gives you a Link 1 in the graveyard with the Lacrima. Like, sure, it plays in the hand traps more, but like, I'm pretty sure we know that Trif just doesn't play, like, all these hand traps based on how, like, the deck has been played. Now, special summon out Sword. Sword effect goes search, grab out Ice. And then special summon out X by dumping the Exeton Knight. Then no effect. Go ahead and make the Detonator. Then Detonator effect to attach the Twin of the Eclipse. And then Battle Phase. Attack over. Yeah, and Duo Drive's doing minus 100 plus 100. They said sec, it's correct, continue. Alright, then go ahead and pass turn. They draw Ryzeal Cross, activate Cross effect, and then they just Detonator to pop it. And then, okay, on to the next match now. We'll go ahead and see C Goody 17 versus RIP Kid No Cry. We'll go ahead and we will see RIP Kid win the Rock, Paper, Scissors, Shoot. And then they'll decide to go first, 40 versus 42. We have Imperm, X, Nib, Node, Imperm. They have Fualos, Bestial Magma, X, Sword, and Imperm. So they will go main phase. And then dump the Detonator, special summon out X. X effect goes search. Grab out Node Ryzeal from the deck to the hand. And then special summon out Sword. Sword effect goes search. Grab out the Ice Ryzeal. Overlay, make Duo Drive effect to attach, and the Duo Drive effect to attempt to go search, and then they Imperm that, shutting that down. Normal summon out Ice effect, bring out Sword. And then they said, good, sure, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and make an Abyss Dweller effect, yeah. Then they special Node, like, yeah, we are fine with this. Node, discard, special summon back out from the graveyard, and then on that summon before they make a Detonator. So that way on a future turn, it's harder for them just to like dump Twin of the Eclipse and get a better card off of it. Maybe we should have let them make Detonator though, because then they would have gone through all their Detonators. But like Twin of the Eclipse does hurt, because Twin of the Eclipse can only summon like Duo and Dweller right now. So they go ahead, drop Nib, pass over the token, and then, yeah, they can go ahead, set Imperm, pass turn, draw into Fualos, and then, so what stats real quick, 71, 52, so normal, summon out the Fua, and then go ahead and make Moon in the Closed Heaven, and then Moon in the Requiem, and then Requiem effect, Tribute go special, that'll bring out Lacrima effect go dump the Engraver, yup, Engraver effect to shuffle back the Moon and special summon out. So shuffle back, try to special, then they go Bestial Magma Mud on that, banish, summon out, and then Magma Mud effect, search during the end phase. Okay. Technically, wasn't it still right just a Requiem effect first in case they mess up and banish it? Because then you still have Engraver. I guess, yeah, like you can still summon Engraver, you can still engrave, like it doesn't have to be one that's equipped to this. You could just target one Fiendsmith equip card you control, which even though Requiem is equipped to Lacrima, you can still send that for the Engraver effect. But now we're going to go special summon out X, go ahead and dump, and then dump the Twin of the Eclipse, X effect goes search, and then, yeah, they just have to let that go through. They're just like, you know, bad bluffing here, because they just make duo next. X in the sword, special out sword, sword effect goes search, and then grab out Ice Ryzeal from the decks of the hand. They already normal summon, but they could special summon that out later. Make duo drive effect to go ahead and attempt to search, and then they imperm that. Okay. And then now they said thinking here, we go. Oh, I think they, yeah, special summon Ice by sending duo, overlay to make detonator, and then detonator effect to attach the twin, battle phase, beat over the bestial, set imperm, end phase to grab out Druid Worm. And it's like okay that we summon this in attack because even if they Druid Worm send it, we still have Twin of the Eclipse to summon it back. So they allow the pass to happen, they draw on the X Ryzeal because they could have Druid Worm during the end phase. But then they also get to like pop the token. I guess they were just like always popping token though. I guess we were just like never preventing that part. So draws into X Ryzeal, and then now they're thinking on how they can win this, but the Druid Worm does nothing. The X Ryzeal does nothing. The token does nothing. It doesn't seem like there's gonna be a way. Battle phase, swing over, detach to protect, and then main phase 2, pass. Well, I should say there's no way to like win this turn. There's no way to win this turn. And then end phase, activate Lacrima effect, and then chain Druid Worm, chain detonator to go ahead and pop the token, which maybe this is something that we should have considered doing when they attacked with the token. Like, well, like end of main. I guess we play in the talents then. We don't need to play in the talents. Okay. Go ahead, pass, draw on the Baldrake. And then, yeah, because, like, if they use that, they still have to have, like, another hand trap. Otherwise, we still are in a decently good spot. Actually, we already went through Duo. We went through Requiem. They go special summon out Node effect, send detonator, special summon back out sword. And now we're going to go Twin of the Eclipse effect, the special summon out Duo drive, attach the detonator. Oh, never mind. Special summon out detonator, attach the Twin of the Eclipse, and then overlay, summon out Abyss Dweller, and then battle phase, Dweller effect, attach, and then beat over Druid Worm, attack with 17 directly, and then now we can go ahead and pass turn. They draw into Lurie. Yeah, they didn't go for duo. I'm pretty sure just because they didn't want to play into a hand trap. Okay, now they said thinking standby phase if I want to Dweller or not, and they do go ahead and Dweller during the standby. Okay, and then now they will go, I mean, they have Lurie, which gets them into Lacrima, so Lurie into Requiem effect, Tribute go special, and then bring out Lacrima from the deck, Lacrima effect go dump, and then they're going to go Detonator effect to pop that. Dump Fiendsmith in Paradise. And now they have X'd that they could commit. But if they commit X'd, yeah, just, well, it's not even like that bad. But if this is imperm, then that is tough. And they also, I mean, that's like, it's not even like that bad for them. Well, I mean, if it's imperm, it does suck. If it's imperm, it does suck. Draw ice. Now we'll go main phase, normal summon out ice effect goes special, bring out sword Ryzeal effect, grab out X Ryzeal from the deck to the hand, and then anything here? Nope. End of main. They're gonna go Lacrima into Requiem, and then Requiem effect, tribute goes special. They said thinking with priority. Oh, so on the summon a Requiem, I mean, we could Baldrake, banish Lurie. Is that what we're thinking about? But yeah, they're just gonna go ahead, tribute go special. I was gonna say we could just do that anytime. So now still go battle phase, Baldrake effect, banish Requiem, special summon out. Yeah, that's obviously better than like banishing Lurie. Fiendsmith in Paradise, dump Desiree effect, shuffle back, and then target Baldrake. We could just chain detonator to pop, but that does take the twin out from underneath of it. Which now we could be potentially playing into like a Bestial to save them. But yeah, just gonna go ahead and pop and then swing for game. Now on to the next game. We'll go ahead and see RIP Kid No Crack. Because actually, we know they don't have a Bestial, right? At that point. Because if they had a Bestial, they would have used it when we sent Twins of the Eclipse for cost off node. I guess like Lurie could have been the card in hand from before. And they just didn't want to commit it. I'd have to like look back and see exactly like when the cards were drawn. Because like you can like try to like read game states at that point. Like what would my opponent do with the card in hand? Like even though it's a blank, like it's not really a blank. You can kind of get a read on what it is based on what they're doing. Then we have Engraver, Imperm, Veiler, Track, Nib. They have Imperm, Perulia, Engraver, Ice, and Sword. So they had the Perulia in the deck for the cross out, but just drew the Perulia. Now go main phase. They'll go ahead normal ice, then ice effect, impermanent. Try to shut them off of the Fiendsmith stuff, but then they activate Engraver in the track in the Lurie summon itself out, and then Lurie in the Requiem, and then Requiem effect, tribute go special, bring out Lacrima effect go dump, and then now go ahead and dump out the, they already have Engraver in the grave. So they can go ahead and dump the trap card. Oh, they dump Engraver anyways. Okay. And then overlay into Duo Drive. So I guess they're thinking if this gets like Veilered, they go Engraver, shuffle back, special, and then not even sure what they plan on doing from there. Like shuffle back, special, they only have 4 in rotation, so sequence in the Desiree is like decent, but it's not the greatest. But I guess it still gets them back to a level 4 plus Desiree on the next turn. Okay, yeah, that's definitely what their thought process is here. So on Duo Drive effect, they'll go ahead and Veiler that. Okay, this isn't bad, Shuffle back Lurie, special summon out the Engraver. Then they'll go ahead and make sequence, then on summon, activate Nib. Which, that's not even correct, right? Like, why would you do it on summon? I guess we get to keep our Nib body, but then now they get to set up trap. When we could have just, like, let them summon Desiree, and then on Desiree summon drop Nib. And now they have to put back Engraver, Requiem, Engraver. I guess they still have Lacrima in the sequence, which is still, like, they out Nib, and they still have, like, follow-up. Okay, but now they get to, like, set up the trap. I feel like the trap is just, like, a lot harder to deal with. It's like the sun whenever they want it. Not instead of just, like, right onto the copy of Nib. Then special summon out Sword. Sword effect goes search. That's good. And then Sword's gonna grab out the X Ryzeal from the deck to the hand. And then dump Twins of the Eclipse. Special summon out the X Ryzeal. Overlay in the Detonator. Detonator attach Twins. Set Imperm. And then pass, draw Lacrima, so triple Fiendsmith in hand, activate Tract. They said okay, grab out Lurie, discard Lurie effect, special summon itself out. And then in response to that effect, I was going to say we could Detonator pop, but we choose not to. Lurie into Requiem, and then Requiem effect, tribute, go ahead and special summon out from the deck. Bring out the Engraver, and then anything here? No. Okay. Yeah, it's tough when they have a back row because it could be like Imperm, Solemn, you know, something like that. Probably isn't a Solemn. Normal summon out Lacrima. It still could be though. It still could be. So bring out Lacrima, no effect, and then now they go. Oh, not making Chaos Angel. Okay, they go Battle Phase, attack over the token. Main phase 2, make Chaos Angel effect onto Detonator, chain Detonator onto Chaos Angel, chain Imperm on the Chaos Angel, and then on Resolution, we'll go Lacrima and the Requiem into Lacrima, dump the trap card, and then activate Engraver effect, shuffle back Lurie to special summon out, and then they pop the copy of Nib, so that way they can't make like a sequence line into a Desiree. And then they get the holder trap, because holding the trap is really good. Even if we don't have to use the trap this turn, that's fine. We could use the trap on a future turn. It'll always be engraved, as long as we haven't gone through Desiree. So now Requiem effect to equip to the Engraver, and then go into the Necro Equip Princess. And they said, that's fine. Yep, and then activate Engraver hand effect, which, in response to this, we could pop Necro Equip. And then, yeah, we definitely pop that, right? Well, I guess they have Lacrima and the Requiem and the Trap. So we do still have to deal with that. So we can't just, like, easily go for game. So thinking if it's worth it or not, which it's probably not. Okay, never mind. They decided that it was. I was going to say it's probably not. Like, they do get a draw out of this. But, like, it's probably not worth interacting with. They've already normal summoned, so, like, none of the Ryzeals do anything. Ice doesn't work, they normal summon. X doesn't work, they have a level 6. Sword doesn't work, they don't have anything engraved. Node doesn't even work. Node wouldn't even do anything anyways. So now, pass, they draw into Ice Ryzeal. And then shuffle back sequence, special summon out the Engraver, normal Ice, Ice into Sword. But they're playing way too fast. Way too fast. And also, you know, they top decked like a crazy card. Now Ice into Sword. Sword effect goes search, go ahead grab out the X Ryzeal, and then on res, Lacrima effect, shuffle back, summon out Requiem, and then Requiem effect, tribute goes special, and then that'll bring out Lacrima, and then Lacrima effect, go ahead dump the trap card, that's fine. Now overlay into an Abyss Dweller effect, go ahead shut them down, and then just make sequence in the game. Yep, so we just like fast forward it. Yeah, I was gonna say, because game 3 is gonna come up, and then C Goody will decide to go first. Now we have Sword, Veiler, Baldrake, Engraver, Sword. They have Sword, Perulia, Lacrima, Talents, and Imperm. So go ahead and drop the Perulia, go main phase, Engraver effect, discard, go ahead search out Tract, activate Tract, add Lurie, and then discard Lurie effect, special summon itself out. And then we can go Lurie into the Requiem. And then we have Requiem effect, tribute go special, bring out Lacrima, and then Lacrima effect go dump. And then that can dump the... I mean, we already have Engrave. So it could be dumping Trap card if we'd like. We have an option between either. We're going to dump Engraver, Requiem effect to equip, Engraver effect, shuffle back to Lurie, special summon itself out. Okay, make Necro equip, sure, we don't even have to nib there. Now they dumped Engraver. Wow. Wait, they dumped Engraver just to do this? Was that like the ultimate bluff? Sure. And then now we just go end phase because we don't want to give them 2 draws. It's just like not worth it. Pass, they draw Ash Blossom. And then now they will go main phase. They have 2 different normal summons. They're going to go normal Lacrima, and then Lacrima effect to go dump. And that's fine. Dump the Engraver, and then make Requiem, and then Requiem effect tribute to go special. And then if we DDD that, they have Imperm to go ahead and try to shut down the DDD. Then in response, we're going to chain Lacrima, so that way if they have a Bestial or DDD is still alive. So go ahead, summon out the Requiem, then they summon out Engraver, and now we have Requiem effect to tribute and go special to bring out Lacrima. And then they do have Ash. They could also save Ash just for the trap card, which is what it looks like they'll be doing. Just because, you know, getting the trap card out of the game, out of rotation is nice. So now they have Requiem effect to equip to the Engraver, and then chain Baldrake on the Requiem, which, you know, stops the Lacrima from being able to summon it back either. That's fine. They still have Engraver effect though. So now they go Talents to draw on the Imperm Lurie. That was not good draws. They already normal summoned. And then the other one's Imperm. Engraver, shuffle back Lacrima, special summon itself out. That's fine. Like, yeah, what do these do? Just make like a DDD of their own. So, Battle Phase beat over Lacrima. I mean, you have to do that before you do anything. Otherwise, they'll just Baldrake, banish the DDD. Or whatever they plan on making. Could make like SP. So, go in the DDD. And then set shuffle deck, by the way. Never did that to put back Lacrima. And then they go ahead and pass turns. So they don't set Imperm, assuming that the opponent will have to out the DDD to be able to play anyways. Okay, draw Fualos. Then go main phase. Normal summon out Sword. Sword effect goes search. They Ash Blossom that, because if they get X, then X beats DDD without having to like out it. Without having to like, you know, remove it off the field or anything. Now they go special summon out Sword. And then, yeah, if we overlay for duo, they're going to look so dumb for not setting Imperm. For trying to keep it in hand. Like, what does it even play around? I'm not even sure what it plays around. Like, Detonator? But, like, obviously they showed that they were going to Ash early. Go Detonator, Detonator effect to attach, and then Battle Phase. Attack over the DDD. And then attack. You know, our DDD's back to being live again. So we still have like a negate on that. Pass, they draw Ash Blossom. And then they go into main phase. I mean, drawing Ash isn't the worst. It stops the trap. So now I'm thinking about how they want to approach this. They have Engraver, shuffle back, special. They have normal sword. They have Imperm. These are all, like, you know, those are, like, the 3 different plays. So, Imperm on the Detonator. Normal summon Sword. Sword effect goes Search. They effect Veiler that. And now we go Engraver. Shuffle back Engraver. Try to special summon out from the graveyard. And then we say that's fine. Because, like, what does this really do? They're just going to make Moon. And then on Moon Summon, we could go ahead and trap. But we also have DDD, which could just stop the Requiem. So we say, okay, Moon effect. They said, yeah, sure. And then meant to make Typhon. Yeah. Said GG's question mark. Yeah. Okay, obviously not Typhon, sure. If it was Typhon, they just like out Typhon and they Ash. But they could just, I guess, like, Typhon would suck a little bit, but then they just have like all this follow-up. It doesn't even matter. Fiendsmith cards are crazy in a grind game. Especially when you aren't forced to use your trap. Like, you don't have to use this the turn that you dump it. You can just leave it in grave. And odds are the next turn it will be more impactful than it was that turn. But if you do have to use it that turn, it's still not bad, right? But now they go, what's PayPal? I'll DM it. Alright, so we see Goody end up winning over Trif and RIP Kid No Cry using the Fiendsmith Ryzeal deck. I think we all know this is like the most, like, you know, solid deck of the format. And this is also like the deck to beat of the format. Definitely post Suda. And yeah, with all that being said, that's going to be it for the Iron Man. Like I said at the beginning, make sure to check out Trif Gaming's YouTube channel, link down below in the description, and check out the Coliseum, link down below in the description, if you want to play for money yourself. And the DB Grinders signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.